exciting, fun weeks of business. I have looked around at the city and all of the boxes look great. I see that everyone has put a lot of time and effort into their inventory. Now, without further ado, I cut the ribbon.
We'll have a speech.
After Governor Adams has a speech, then I will cut the ribbon.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Mayor, Ms. Mayor. I am just so thrilled that I was invited to be here with part of this grand opening of this new city. You are part of what makes this state so great. You are the first city of our new century, and you are going to lead the way on showing the economic opportunities that we have in this wonderful place and developing a city that is meant for families to thrive in. Thank you again for letting me be part of this wonderful celebration. Oh, a key. Rocket Valley is a blast! I'll second that.
Hi, I'm Andrea Nishi, and I'm the mayor of Rocket Valley, and I'm here to interview Leah Bowen and the rest of our town.
Well, my business is Leah's grocery store, but it's a police department. And I'm selling clay bugs, like snails and slugs. And I'm selling silly slime.
Do you think your business was successful? If you do, why? And if you don't, why not?
Sort of not successful, and it sort of is successful because the silly slime sold very well, but the other things didn't sell very well.
Okay. What changes did you make during city to help your
I
business?
lowered the silly slime to $8 and made a Friday special on it for $5.
Do you have another elected or appointed job?
Yeah, I'm the police chief.
Okay. Well, would you recommend being police chief to other people?
Yeah,
How come?
well, because you get $70 a week, and it's fun giving tickets to people that are breaking the laws for some reason.
My business's name is Alexander's Photo Shop, and I sell iron-on transfers, which you just iron onto your shirt. I sell digital pictures, and I sell jewelry.
Okay. Do you have an elected or appointed job?
Yes, I am the city recorder.
Okay. Do you think your businesses were successful?
Kind of.
Okay. What changes did you make during city to help your business get better?
Well, I added the picture of the day, and I also twisted my pictures like this, and then I inverted them, and that was one of my big hits.
Do you have any advice for other people who might be coming to city?
Well, don't wait until the last minute to get all your items, because then you won't get lots of money and you might be out in the streets.
My business in Rocket Valley is Elena's Collectibles, and I have trading cards, as I have on my wall, bookmarks, and origami. I have some samples up here.
Okay, do you have an elected or appointed job?
Yes, I do. I am the pencil sharpener, and I sell pencil passes to people every week so they can sharpen their pencil.
Do you think that your 2 jobs were successful?
Yes, I think they were, but my business, as in my box, I think it went a little bit better after I let people know what I had, and I put things up on my walls so people could see what I have more, and I displayed more of what I had.
Do you have something that you would like to share, like advice that you want to give someone?
Well, I think people really should budget how they shop, and so they have enough money for fake cards and rent, and they still have enough time to shop and make sure they have enough from their business, because I've hardly shopped at all, but because I was so concerned about having enough money.
Okay. Joe, can you describe your business that you had in Rocket Valley?
Well, I'm the bank president, so I couldn't have a business. And I sold my stuff in Matthew's Marble Mania store. And I sold books and rocks there.
Okay. Do you have an elected or appointed job?
Yes, I have a elected and appointed job. My elected job was being a city council member, and I was bank president. And I was appointed.
Okay. Do you think your businesses were successful?
Well, I don't think it was very successful because a lot of people didn't buy rocks and.
Okay. What advice do you have for someone who would be coming in the city?
Well, always save money before you do the fake cards, or else you'll be bankrupt sometimes, because when I did it, some people got bankrupt. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My description of the business is I am selling long iPads, real aromatherapy iPads, and short aromatherapy iPads. Or you can throw them in your sock drawer and your socks will smell good. And they do smell very good. And I'm also selling feel-good jelly beans, Pleasing Good and Plenties, Chubo chocolates, and last of all, my #1 top seller, Skittles. Stomach-soothing Skittles.
Christine.
Each kind costs $2. $2 for these and $2 for the rest of them. You only get 3 of these, 4 of these, and you only can have 1 prescription a day.
Do you have an elected or appointed job?
My elected or appointed job is the pharmacy.
Do you think that your business was successful?
Yes, I think it was successful because one time I had this big, gigantic ball of money. And I had to put it in a gigantic bag because it didn't fit in my regular wallet.
Okay. What advice do you have for someone who might be doing city next year?
My advice for somebody that's doing city next year, I think they should be pharmacy, because you can get a big ball of money and a lot of ones. And it's very hard to keep track of your ones. That's the only problem out of it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay. I will describe my business as a Science Trite store. The name of my business is RC's Science Trites. I sell rocket launchers, airheads, and whistling twirlers. Whistling twirlers are these.
Okay. Did you have an appointed or elected job?
Yes, I did. My appointed job is postmaster.
Okay.
I sell stamps.
Do you think that your businesses were successful?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any advice that you would want to share with someone for next year?
Always be a happy salesperson, cheerful, and always tell them the price. And if it has a prize, tell them the prize.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Mackenzie, can you describe your business in Rocket Valley?
My business is called Kenzie's Nature Shop, and I sell walking sticks and pencil holders.
Did you have an appointed or elected position?
Yes, I was a city council member, and I'm bank teller.
Do you think that your businesses were successful?
Yes.
What advice do you have for someone who might want to come into city next year?
Be ready for fate cards and make sure you have enough money.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
The name of my business is Rocket Valley Flowers and Gifts. This is below.
And do you have an appointed or elected job?
No.
Okay, do you think that your business was very successful?
Well, at first with bigger deals, it was successful, but with these, I'm not having very much luck.
Okay. What advice do you have to give someone who would be coming into city?
Save your money and only go out the shopping when more than 50% of the class is in their shops.
My business in Rocket Valley is called Hannah's Fun Shop. I sell crayon cookies, pinwheels, paper airplanes, pet rocks, and football toys. Crayon cookies are these little crayons melted together.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
No, I do not.
Do you think that your business was successful?
Well, the pinwheels were successful, and the bean bags, but the paper airplanes, the football toys, and the crayon cookies were not as successful as the bean bags and pinwheels.
Do you have any advice that you would like to give to someone who would be coming into the city next year?
Yes, I'd recommend that you put a lot of money in the bank and don't have a lot of money sitting around because it could be stolen, and don't spend too much.
My business is called Ryan's Gift Shop, and I sell sock puppets, cards, shopping bags, pickle pens, and mystery bags, and that's it.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
Yeah, I'm city sanitation engineer.
Do you think that your businesses were successful?
Some of it was successful. The sock puppets were successful, except because they were really cute and they sold really good. But the other things weren't as successful.
Do you have advice that you would like to share with someone who would be coming next year?
Yeah, don't shop too much, because then you don't have very much money to pay rent and fate cards.
Alexandria, can you describe your business in city?
My name of my business is Rocket Valley Gift Shop, and I sell bracelets, necklaces, keychains, hockey cards, and bookmarks.
Did you have an elected or appointed job?
No, I didn't.
Do you think that your business was successful?
Kind of, because it was very successful during tourist season, but not really successful.
Do you have any advice for someone who might be coming into city next year?
You should probably put a lot of things on your business license, because sometimes people won't really buy other things, and you should not get things that other people have, because they might go to the other shop.
Thank you.
I bought that.
Tim, can you describe your business?
Yes. The name of my business is Tim's Trinkets, and I'm selling it. I will repair other people's boxes, and I will sell stuffed animals, pieces of Kingdom and beaded inchworm and gecko kits for a low and reasonable price. That's pretty much it.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
Yes, my appointed job is the fire marshal.
Do you think that your businesses were successful?
Yes, I think my business is successful, probably because the Kingdom and the stuffed animals have been selling out pretty quickly past the over the 2 weeks. And so far I've made $416 off it.
Okay, what advice do you have for someone who might do city next year?
My advice is that if people buy out your whole stock of inventory, that when you bring back and refill your inventory, that you raise the prices a little bit. Raise them up a little bit, like $2 or something. And also, don't spend so much money that you can't pay rent or freight cards.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome.
My business is Roxy's Craft Store. I sell bracelets, necklaces, wooden animals.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
Yes, I am vice mayor.
Do you think that your businesses have been successful?
Well, part of the time it was. Once I added wooden animals to my business license, it was.
Do you have any advice for someone who might do city next year?
Yeah, spend most of your time in your business and just a little of it spending your money, because if you spend most of your time spending your money, you won't earn very much.
Thank you, Roxy.
The name of my business is Marble Mania. I'm selling marbles and I'm selling buttons.
Do you have an elected or appointed job?
Yes, I am a city council member, and that's all.
Do you think that your business was successful?
I thought it was pretty successful except for the buttons.
Do you have advice for someone who might come into city next year?
If you're trying to run for an elected position, write a serious speech and don't really vote for a funny speech.
Thank you, Matthew. Brian, can you describe your business?
My Rocket Valley business is a gift shop, and I sell bath salts and bouncy balls.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
Yes, I am health officer, and it is very fun.
Do you think that your business was successful?
Yes, I think my business is successful because lots of girls like bath salts, and boys and girls love bouncy balls.
What advice do you have for someone who might do city next year?
Insurance and rent comes first. Then comes shopping.
Thank you, Brianne.
Thanks.
The name of my business is Game Time and Shop Time 2000, and I'm selling origamis and hairbands, boxes, wire jewelry, braids, and stickers, cards, cushions, and phony glasses, and stickers.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
I'm a city council member for our city.
Do you think that your business was successful?
Yes.
Do you have any advice for people who come in the city next year?
I do, and always buy your insurance before you get your fade card.
Okay, thank you. Can you describe your business here?
I operate a craft store called Yarn and Beyond, where I sell bracelets, keychains, yarn dolls, and pipe cleaner creations such as penguins, flowers, and spiders or octopuses.
Do you have an elected or appointed job?
I do not have an appointed or...
Do you think that your businesses were successful?
If you want, you can order a box with a message of your choice.
A little.
If you write it down and give it
Kind of.
What advice do you have for someone who might do city next year?
Some advice is to keep your money in a safe place and not leave it lying out so it doesn't get stolen.
Thank you, Amanda.
My business in Rocket Valley is an arcade where with prizes.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
I have an appointed job of deputy police chief.
Do you think that your businesses were successful?
I think my business is more successful than some people's, but not the best. So that's.
What advice do you have for someone who might do city next year?
Advice I have for someone who might do city next year is that they should always pay their rent first before they do anything else, so they'll remember.
Thank you, Kyle.
The name of my business is Anne's Arts and Crafts, and I sell clay animals, bracelets, and origami.
Do you have an elected or appointed job?
No, I don't.
Do you think that your business was successful?
Yes, I do, because I earned $37 a day.
What advice do you have for someone who might want to do city?
I think the other people who will do city should not just stare at the customers, greet them and say hello and ask what they would like, not just sit there.
Thank you, Anne. Brandon, can you describe the business that you have in Classroom City?
I describe my business, Brandon Specialty Store, which sells friendship pins, bead animals, paper airplanes, magic show. Well, I do a magic show and beaded jewelry.
Do you have an appointed or elected job?
No.
Do you think that your business has been successful?
Not really.
What advice do you have for someone who might do city next year?
Try a magic show because almost everybody likes magic, but don't try to be as healthy as you can because you can miss a lot of business you need to do.
Thank you, Brandon.
Okay.
Can you describe your business that you have?
The name of my shop is Gabriella's Specialty Store, and I am selling keychains, hair pieces, and jewelry.
Do Do you have an elected or appointed job?
No, I have no elected or appointed job.
Do you think that your business has been successful?
My business has been successful because I've had to hire higher prices.
What advice do you have for someone who might do city next year?
My advice is that they should greet the visitors instead of sitting there going and looking at them and stuff because they won't come to your store.
Okay, thank you, Gabby.
Yes, my business name is called Creative Wonders. I sell fortune rocks, and you get to play 10 questions with Brain Quest Trivia. It's right here, Brain Quest Trivia, and fortune rocks. There's all different kinds of fortunes.
Do you have an elected or appointed job?
No, I have no elected or appointed job.
Do you think that your business has been successful?
Not really, because what happened was most people that were visitors came, and they were mostly came in the second week. So the first week I had a lot of trouble. Then the second week I had a little bit of trouble. And the third week, which is right now, I'm a little better.
Do you have any advice for someone who might do city next year?
Yes, I think that what everybody should do is to pay their rent before they do anything else. And if they don't have enough money to pay rent and also for fake cards, they shouldn't shop.
Thank you, Erin.
Nishi, what have your duties been for Rocket Valley?
Well, my duties are writing visitor speeches for the visitors and running town council meetings and passing money out to the visitors and making a whole bunch of other speeches.
And how have you felt about doing that?
I feel pretty comfortable.
Great. Did you have another business too? Other business items?
I am business partners with Roxy at Roxy's Craft Store, and I sell cloth bags and God's Eyes. And
how's business been
all.
going with those things?
Pretty good, because even though I don't make a lot of money with them, I still have fun.
Good. All right. What advice would you have? Hang on, let me say this a different way. Would you recommend that someone run for mayor?
Yes.
And why?
Because if you get elected mayor, you get paid a lot, and it's really, really fun.
You enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What advice in general would you give for someone running a business in Rocket Valley?
I would give advice to collect all your money and at the end of the week and after you pay all of your fake cards. And if you aren't mayor, then you should if you aren't mayor, you should make sure that you've paid your rent before you go shopping and not spend very much during the week and spend more on Friday after you've paid your rent and all of your fake cards.
All right. What's your favorite part of City, Ben?
My favorite part is the buying and the visitors.
What do you like about the visitors?
Well, they're really nice and they never really had a chance to look at stuff, and so they just buy the first stuff they see, and usually that's at Roxy's store because she is really close door to the door.
So have tourists been good for our city?
Mm-hmm.
For the economy of our city? Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor Nishi.
Hi, I'm Karen DeBruler. I am the city manager of Rocket Valley. This is the fourth time I've done the city simulation, and kids always love it. It's so much fun. They learn so much about economics and business, politics, government, the workings of the real world, and they will remember this for the rest of their lives. They really will. When they're 99 years old, they'll say, I remember the time when I was in third grade that I had a shop in Rocket Valley. So it's very memorable, and all the tourists who've come in here have said, oh, this is so wonderful. and they take it back and ask their teachers if they can do it too. But it's pretty involved, and it's just a great experience for kids. So I highly recommend it.
You might be out in the streets.
Rent comes first.
You'll be bankrupt.
I think they should be pharmacy because you can get a big ball of money and a lot of ones.
Pay their rent,
But put a lot of money in the bank. Always be a happy salesperson, cheerful.
Be ready for fate cards and make sure you have enough money.
Always pay their rent. If you spend most of your time spending your money, you won't earn very much.
always buy your insurance before you get your fade card.
To keep your money in a safe place,
Don't spend so much money that you can't pay rent or fate cards.
Don't shop too much. You should not get things that other people have.
try to be as healthy as you can.